having a nightmare, which is typically a dream from the Lord. And oftentimes they're very, very scary, but jam-packed with symbology. Like crazy symbology. It's so significant. So I told her I was not going to point the camera at her. She does not want to be on camera, and I totally respect that. She's a child, my child, and sometimes she doesn't mind, but sometimes she doesn't. Today, she does. So I am going to keep the camera close where you can hear her, but I will reiterate what she's saying as well so we can hear it clearly. So I'm going to wait. It might buffer, you guys, so don't trip out on me. I'm going to send it to some people, and it might buffer while I'm doing that, while I'm sharing. Reconnected. Now let me share with Stephen. Hold on, honey. And we're back. All right, my love. So you were taking a nap. And the last thing I remember before I went down and started making my bread dough was you saying, "Oh, Mama Cat always gets up when I fall asleep and goes and gets the vegetables." And I said, "She's eating them?" And she said, "No, she brings them back to us and puts them on the table." But then I went down to make the bread dough, and she was sheeping peacefully. And okay, thank you, Stephen.
A nightmare popped on out of nowhere.
Huh?
The nightmare popped up.
Yeah, and then suddenly popped up the nightmare, but it was
out of nowhere.
It wasn't just any nightmare. Of course, as always, it's very prophetic, and I want you guys to hear it. So today, again, she doesn't want to be on camera. We always respect that. I love everybody that follows our channel because they're good to my daughter about those things.
I never want to be on camera, so what are you talking about?
Oh, there's times she doesn't mind it. Now, I'm going to keep the camera close. Go ahead and let's hear it.
I don't remember the middle and the end.
That's okay. So you were sitting on a dock that you said was
made out of trees.
Made out of trees. Do you remember what kind of trees?
No, just
palm trees or anything?
No, just regular trees.
Regular trees.
We were not in Florida.
Oh, we weren't in Florida. We were like up here?
Yes.
Okay, so like oak trees or maple trees or something, right?
I don't know.
Who knows? Just trees.
But the bark was smooth.
The bark was smooth. Stephen, if you know of any Pennsylvania trees that the bark is smooth, that might happen to line up with scripture. Because, of course, while I'm on here, I can't look anything up. Okay, go ahead.
And, I had my flip-flops on, the ones with pink roses.
She had her pink flip-flops on that have roses on them.
No, the blue ones.
Blue ones with the pink roses.
Yeah, and they're polka dotted on the inside, remember?
Yes, I remember the polka dots.
Same color as this dress.
Yeah. So the blue color and the pink roses. Okay.
And I had my feet in the water cooling them off.
She had her feet hanging off the dock, cooling them off in what, a lake or something?
No, a pond.
A pond. Okay.
There were no ducks in it because I think they all got scared off.
So the ducks maybe got scared off. By what?
Well, I'm getting to that part right now. And I saw two things swimming in the water.
I see you too, Stephen. She saw two things swimming in the water.
Pointed at my arm because this might give him a hint.
If it was a papery bark, it's birch. But if it otherwise, it was likely a willow tree.
Do willows have smooth bark?
Yes.
Yeah,
then maybe it was willow or birch. Let's just say that. Okay, so there were
arm, at least.
Okay, so at your arm. So she's showing you what the two snakes in the water were doing as they were coming towards her. Okay, and?
They were swimming.
They were swimming. And she did mention, now this is so peculiar because if you remember, Stephen, the turtle dream that the Lord gave me, the M+M+2 was written in a hot pink and a light pink color in what looked like crayon. And she said these snakes were what kind?
A king cobra.
King cobra, and they were what color?
Hot pink and a light pink with a little bit of
tan.
Peach.
Peach.
Is what I meant on their stomachs. And I forgot one thing.
Cottonmouth snakes. Pink. She said they were king cobras.
Well,
but they were pink, like hot pink and light pink
well,
with peach
you
tummies.
said it in the dream. You said what they are.
I did?
Yeah,
I said it in the dream?
Yeah, you said that they were king snakes,
King snakes.
which is another word for king cobra.
I wonder why king, maybe crown. Do they have like a crown type marking on them?
No,
Why do they call them king
I don't know.
cobras? Maybe because they're the biggest, the baddest, and the most poisonous? I don't know.
They're not poisonous. They're venomous.
Venomous, I'm sorry. Dag nabbit, that snake bite. Okay, so they were coming at you, 2 of them, right?
Mm-hmm. They were swimming exactly the same. So I think one was a male and one was a female.
Okay.
Um,
Twin snakes is what I'm hearing in my spirit, but I don't know. Go ahead.
when I saw their heads like poke out of the water like this.
Okay, Steven said the thing called a king snake is not a cobra. Okay, can you keep informing us while she finishes telling? Because I'm very curious now what a king snake is and why the Lord would refer to this. Go ahead.
And I thought their little heads poke out of the water like this.
They were poking their heads out of the water like that?
And then they went duck back down.
Oh,
into
under the water and swimming again
Yeah.
towards you?
No, they were like having their heads poked up out of the water, still swimming. They were looking at me.
Looking at you, but were they swimming towards you?
Yes.
Okay.
And then they ducked down and then kept swimming.
And then your feet, you said, were hanging off the dock in the water. What happened when you tried to get it up from the dock?
They were tangled up in seaweed.
Her feet were tangled up in,
ankles.
her ankles were tangled up in seaweed.
Yeah, and I love seaweed.
Yes, we love to eat seaweed. But in this case, it was like the entanglement,
Yeah.
you know, like an entanglement, a snare,
Mm-hmm.
the snare for the foot. All right, go ahead.
Anyway,
And I was doing what? Picking raspberries
yeah, and blackberries.
and blackberries. Fruit. Juicy fruit. The fruit of the spirit. All right, go ahead. The fruit of our labors. There's a
What?
scripture for it.
Wait.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, and this is no time for funny business.
Okay, yes, it's not funny business at all. It's a very important dream from the Lord. Go ahead.
And when I had to like kick around when I was on my stomach on the dock, I had to like do that in the water, kicking all over the place.
Oh, you were trying to kick your feet loose and stuff and pull the seaweed
Yeah, and
off?
I didn't even know that there was splashing water for.
Oh, and it was splashing water in the snake's faces, you said, right?
Yes.
And that what? That did what?
It stopped them for like 2 minutes.
Because they couldn't see.
No, because they didn't like it.
Oh, because they didn't like it.
And
All right, hang on 1 second, my love. King snakes are colubrid. I don't have my glasses on. New World members of the genus Lampropetus, which includes 26 species. Okay, I wonder what's biblical about them, though, or what they break down to in words so that we can understand. Okay, all right, go for it, honey.
Anyway, that gave me enough time to do this.
To pull the seaweed apart on your feet so you could get your feet loose.
No, not pull it apart, just stretch it out. So that
Stretch it out.
So
Okay.
then I could pull my feet through.
Okay. All right.
And then when I got up to run and they were like this close to the dock.
She got up to run and they were like this close to the dock.
Yeah, and then I slipped and fell right on my face, believe it or not.
Oh no, she slipped and fell and landed on her face. Of course, this is all prophetic. We
I
already
had
know.
sunglasses on her, and that did not help.
Oh no, it hurt.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Did a face plant with her sunglasses on.
Yeah, and when I got up to run, I saw that they were like doing this, which I forgot that part.
What is that, like trying to come up out of the water?
Well, no, they were poking their heads out, seeing that when I fell, that if I got hurt so much that I couldn't get up.
Oh, so they could try to attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they saw that I ran to you, and then I told you, and then we both ran, and you dropped the a basket of raspberries.
I dropped the basket of raspberries? She didn't say that before. That's
I forgot.
terrible. That means I dropped my fruit.
I forgot.
That's horrible. I'm really... Okay. I'm not sure if I want to hear the rest. All right, go ahead. It's not sounding good for me, is it?
You're a chicken.
Oh, the most common king snake in PA is the scarlet king snake. Scarlet is what color?
Hot pink.
It's kind of a reddish color, so hot pink. Pink sounds like scarlet to me. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. Okay, what's next? Next comes an anaconda, a big green anaconda. Now you're going to tell me that there's big green anaconda.
Mama!
All right, go ahead.
I didn't get to that last part yet.
Oh, snap. I gave it away. I'm just going to shut up and let her. Yeah. If you zip my lips shut, how can I comment?
Too late. I zipped your lip shut.
All right, now go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And then
Go ahead.
And then we were running, and then you guys know how I had another dream where my toy dragon actually saved us?
Stephen, maybe you will remember, and probably
How old was I?
let's see, there's several of our viewers that will remember that. Rachel, Michelle, when she had that toy dragon and the toy dragon was in the dream and it saved her a couple times. Well, apparently he was in this dream. She's given him away. She doesn't have him, but the toy dragon apparently was in this dream. Go ahead.
And I forget most of the parts, but he came like flying down.
He came flying down. The dragon did. Your toy dragon.
Yes.
That's interesting. Go ahead.
And when he saw those two snakes like slithering on the hard gravel, I totally forgot about the gravel part. And
Okay. They were slithering on the hard gravel. It's very significant. Thank you.
Yeah, and they were like doing this, squinting their eyes while they were closed, because every time gravel hurts.
Oh, so they were getting hurt on the gravel.
Well, actually, their skin was too tough, so it was still hurting though.
Can people see the face you made that they were
No.
in pain?
No.
So it was like this. Like they were in pain, she said. They were making that face from the gravel that they were slithering across. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then when they got used to it, they quit.
Okay. So, but they were slithering on the gravel. The anaconda was on the other side of the road. And then what happened?
Well, it was on the curb
Okay.
on the other side of the road. And then when Eustace got bit right here on the neck.
The dragon got bit on the neck. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd rather call him by his name.
All right. Now, they don't know that,
Okay,
though,
yeah.
so it's just easier to tell the viewers.
Yeah.
The toy dragon. Okay.
Okay, when he got bit, you had to like help him when I was just dragging the snakes.
Okay.
And then I went like this with my feet.
Okay.
I had them like this and sliding on my heels.
Hang on. Okay. And you were sliding on your heels.
Yeah, and then when I finally got back on my foot, or feet, I mean,
Mm-hmm. With your feet flat.
I froze up because I saw an anaconda for
You
the
froze
first
up.
time.
You saw the anaconda and you froze.
Yeah, for the first time.
Okay. And then what?
And then it saw me and it. Mama, turn the camera.
Oh. It saw you and it did what?
It saw me
And it
was
looked
like,
at you?
Yeah, and it was like, "You're gonna be a tasty snack."
It said that to you, so it told Lily
No,
that she would
no,
be a
it-
tasty
No,
snack.
it thought that.
Oh, it thought it, but you understood
I only
it.
did this like it was inside its brain,
Okay. Okay. And
and yeah, like
how
that-
did they end up fighting together, fighting each other?
I'll tell you that in a minute. Well, a second. So, he like lifted his head up like this.
Oops. Okay, it lit the anaconda lifted its head up like that. Okay.
And then he came like slithering slow
Okay.
because he thought that I couldn't see him because Since I have 10% eyesight, he sensed
Oh,
that.
he thought that she was too blind to see him.
He thought that I had no vision at all.
I'll read your comments to her in 1 second. Go ahead.
So, I had to run and then jump over their heads, the 2 snakes, and then when they were busy looking at me running, they didn't know that they were slithering toward the anaconda. And then
Oh, so you were like taking them right into the face of the anaconda, and they didn't know it.
And then they were like,
and then they just sort of ran into each other, head to head, and then they started fighting each other, right? You said.
Yeah, and the anaconda was like, "Bro, what was that for?" And they were like, "Well, we didn't mean to. We were distracted."
So they turned amongst each other and fought amongst themselves.
And then, I got back to you, and we got used to it all better, and then we got on his back, and then we flew home.
Okay.
That is exactly what I was trying to tell you before the video.
So I want to read you what Mr. Stevens said that he found out about these king snakes. The only biblical parallel to the king snake is the caduceus of the staff made by Moshe in the wilderness. Remember when Moshe? You remember who Moshe is? Moses. Good job. Teaching her right, training her up in the way she should go. So Moshe, and he turned that snake into his staff, right? And the Lord did it for him, right? And then he said king snakes are known to fight constrictors, which is what an anaconda is. It's one of the constrictors. Well, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, but except those snakes are not on our side.
But the funny thing is they do like to fight constrictors. And so they're known, king snakes are known to fight constrictor snakes.
And get this, they both...
And of all things in the dream, they fought each other.
Yeah, and they both said, you're gonna pay for that. And then they started trying to bite him, and then he kept trying to constrict him. So
interesting. I really, really like this dream. This is very interesting.
How do you like it?
I believe that the Lord is telling us that He is loosing us from the entanglements and the snares that our feet have been caught in, that the traps the enemy set for us, and that He's going to give us that way out of trouble. And we'll be abounding in the fruits of the Spirit. Our labors will not be in vain. We will see the fruits of our labors. And abounding in the fruits of the Spirit, albeit I dropped my basket of fruit. And that He is going to honor our prayers that we've prayed, that He will cause the enemy to turn amongst each other and fight amongst themselves.
I forgot one more thing.
What?
The raspberries and blackberries went all over the place.
That's okay. That's all right. The fruit was scattered. Evil is self-destructive. It always devours its own. Yes. So, Stephen, I hope it's not like a warning prophecy to me not to scatter the fruit or the sheep. But isn't that interesting that scattering, that the fruit, when I dropped the basket, scattered? And, you know, he just had me reading Jeremiah 23 last week on video, if you remember. And that's about the pastors that are preaching these false doctrines and stuff and causing the sheep to scatter. And that's what it makes me think of. I don't know if I'm correct. Maybe there's a verse about the fruit thing. But as far as I'm thinking, because I'm not discerning that one. I'm just taking a good guess. It sounds like the scattered sheep. But I think that's because my name is Stephanie, right? Corona, crown of thorns, Victor's crown, crown of life, and the whole Corona cooties, right? So they're using it significantly, and I think that's interesting. It's a king snake, right? King, crown, Corona, vipers. It's very significant. And the whole pink, hot pink and pink thing, the pink thing, which is the scarlet king snake, it's got to be the blood. And I don't mean the blood of Yeshua. I mean like the blood, because they use that snake to infiltrate the human blood, thus changing, you know, with the, I can't say those things because I will get censored, but the fourth letter of the English alphabet, N, and the first letter of the English alphabet. So D, A, right? So I think it has to do with blood and the snake bite. Just my opinion. I always find these interesting dreams. I'm going to leave it at that, though, because the anaconda was green. But I find this significant, Stephen, with your comments. Thank you for giving me those comments. It's just, I'm glad I got to speak them out. Then if they get rid of the comments, at least I've spoken them out so people know what you were saying. All right, that's it. That's all I got for today. Have a blessed day, guys. There is a word coming, like I mentioned yesterday. It's called slow burn. I was unable to record it last night, but I will be going live later tonight. And Stephen, Michelle, we do need to be preparing for our 9 p.m. Zoom. All right. Bye, guys.